Humphrey, we've been writing Israel multi-billion-dollar checks every year since Clinton, Bush and Obama so they can buy our weapons. And now we're quietly changing the whole relationship into some permanent industrial marriage.
Mr. President, one must appreciate the subtle evolution from temporary generosity to structural partnership. It is not quite marriage, more of a carefully negotiated industrial betrothal.
In English, the free money is getting politically toxic, so they're turning the aid into permanent supply chain handcuffs. Same wallet, harder to divorce.
Right, Humphrey. Explain this to me. We've been giving Israel $3.8 billion a year, most of it so they can buy our own weapons. Now there's this Section 219 thing. Is that just more money, or is it something else?
It is something rather more elegant, Mr. President. The traditional foreign military financing arrangement is a most transparent form of assistance. One writes a check, the recipient is obliged to spend it on American equipment, and the money, in a sense, never truly leaves the American economy. A virtuous circle of generosity and industrial support.
So it's free weapons with better accounting.
Exactly. The $3.3 billion FMF is a gift voucher that can only be spent at Lockheed, Raytheon and Boeing. The extra $500 million is for joint missile defense. Everyone knows it's aid. That's becoming awkward.
And Section 219?
Section 219 creates a permanent coordinating mechanism inside the Department of Defense. An executive agent whose sole purpose is to identify Israeli technologies, accelerate their integration into American programs of record, and promote joint production, licensing, and supply chain cooperation. The beauty is that it does not require a new annual appropriation of the old kind. It simply makes the relationship structural.
Structural how?
Think of it this way, Jim. The old system was like giving your neighbor free groceries every year. Politically visible, easy to cut if the mood changes. Section 219 is like letting him build a wing onto your house and share the plumbing. Once the pipes are connected, cutting the aid starts looking like sabotaging your own bathroom.
But Netanyahu himself said he wants the aid to go to zero within 10 years. So is this the replacement plan?
Precisely, Mr. President. The current Memorandum of Understanding expires in 2028. Domestic political support for the old check-writing model is softening. Section 219 anticipates that difficulty by constructing an alternative architecture, one based not on annual appropriations that can be held hostage, but on institutionalized industrial interdependence that is far harder to unwind. The relationship is being recharacterized from donor and recipient to co-developers and co-producers.
Translation. When the free money gets politically awkward, you replace it with shared factories, shared software, and shared supply chains. Then anyone who wants to cut the relationship later has to explain why American soldiers will suddenly lose capability. It's the difference between cancelling a subscription and trying to extract a foreign organ.
So who actually pays under this new system?
Primarily the United States, of course. When the Pentagon decides an Israeli sensor or algorithm or production technique is useful for American forces, American research, development and procurement budgets pay for the integration. Israel contributes technology, engineering talent, intellectual property, and increasingly production capacity on American soil. The cash still flows mostly one way. The dependence, however, becomes mutual.
Mutual dependence. That sounds permanent.
It's designed to be. The old system was a series of renewable contracts. This is structural. Supporters say it gives us faster access to battle-tested Israeli technology. Opponents say, once the algorithms and components are inside our kill chains, the political cost of ever walking away becomes prohibitive. Both sides are describing the same wedding. They just disagree about whether the honeymoon is worth the eventual divorce settlement.
So the people who like this are celebrating the marriage. The people who hate it are calculating the alimony.
A characteristically vivid formulation, Mr. President. One might also note that the arrangement carefully preserves American command authority and Israeli operational independence. There is no merger of forces, no shared chain of command, merely a rather thorough interpenetration of the industrial and technological base.
Which is the polite way of saying the armies stay separate, but the factories, the software and the spare parts logistics start sharing a bed. And once you've been sharing a bed for a decade, moving out requires more than a polite letter. Classic Washington.
So the real product of Section 219 isn't better weapons, it's better handcuffs.
Exactly, Jim. And both sides are smiling for the wedding photos. There is just one small point. If you wish to receive further confidential briefings, do make sure to subscribe. Good day, Mr. President.